Well, maybe you didn't have that kind of background and you're feeling unloved, unwanted, and disconnected from other people. Well, just know this: the God of the universe loves you very, very much. You are not a disappointment to the God who created you. From New Life Ministries, this is Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn. I'm Stephen Arterburn. And Going Deeper is all about taking the tough issues, the hard issues of life, looking a little bit deeper inside so that we can gain some insight into our lives. Hi there. Welcome to Going Deeper, and we're going deeper into Christmas Eve. Steve Arterburn here, and I'm so glad you've joined me. And this is my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Madeline, the big, I guess it's okay to say her age, 30. Who knew? I love that girl, and she is one great human being. Imagine, if you will, the first Christmas Eve. Now, of course, this isn't the exact date and all that kind of stuff, but there was a night before the day that Jesus was born. And so we're celebrating tomorrow. We're going to celebrate Jesus' birth. So imagine the night before hearing a conversation between Mary and Joseph. Joseph comes out to the donkey and says to Mary, "I can't stand that guy. He is so mean. You know there's a room in there, Mary. You know they've got a room. But instead, we have to go out here in the barn, and we're going to sleep there tonight. And it looks like you're going to have this baby in a barn." Mary says, "Oh, that's great, Joseph." Now every time somebody sees him do something, they're going to say, "What, were you born in a barn?" And he's going to have to say, "Yes, I was born in a barn." Really, Joe? This is the best you could do? A barn? Oh my goodness. First you make me ride a donkey all this way, and now I'm going to have to spend the night in a barn? Can't believe it. What kind of man are you? Now, wouldn't that be sad if that's what we had to learn about or deal with? No. Because maybe you have experienced the presence of the Lord sometime in your life, or many times. My mom the other day was so much in pain. She said, "Steve, I wasn't feeling the presence of the Lord." So she feels it every day. But there they were. It was a special mission. They knew that this was Jesus coming into the world. And I don't think there was any bickering. I think they were overwhelmed with the presence of God. And so they went to that barn and they had that baby. Now, when you think about it, so much of the life of Jesus is like Opposites Day. And on Christmas Eve, some shepherds heard about this thing that was going to happen, this baby Jesus. And so they were moved, they were experiencing a revelation about Christ's birth, and they were like the lowest of the lowest of professions, a common sheep herder. But that's who Jesus honored. And those shepherds came and they saw that baby wrapped in those swaddling clothes and lying in that manger. I think God was saying to all of us, hey, we're all welcome. No one's better, no one's worse than anyone else. In my family, Christmas Eve was a special time. We did have an other side of the tracks. We did have a racist, wrong side of town. And my dad would pack up a box of food with turkey, stuffing, all this, and we would go over to that part of town and we'd knock on a door. Did it every year. Go in, and it was like a one-room house. The bathroom was kind of the only other room. Kitchen was out there. There was a single light bulb hanging down from the center of the room. No bedroom. And Dad would bring these folks this food, and they were so grateful. I thought it was wonderful. When I think about how much more they needed than just a box of food. I sometimes question, the heart of whether or not it was just something maybe we did to feel better about ourselves. My grandfather had all the family come in on Christmas Eve, and we never ever were without a feeling of love and acceptance. And my granddad, he was married to a saint. We called her Mother Art. There was not a person that she didn't love or that she wouldn't kiss on the lips when she greeted you. I think she would have been a major spreader of the COVID virus. I think a lot of the reason that I felt like I could do certain things or wanted to do things is I had this foundation of unconditional love. And it really began with her. I lived in a house approximately 3 feet from my grandparents. And I was named after my grandfather, and I spent a lot of time with them from age 1 to 6. Well, maybe you didn't have that kind of background, and you're feeling unloved, unwanted, and disconnected from other people. Well, just know this: the God of the universe loves you very, very much. You are not a disappointment to the God who created you. And maybe there's something you could do to break out of that isolation, especially maybe tomorrow. Maybe you just show up at the city mission and see if you could serve food with them. Maybe you get online with some other people in a Bible study or a group or a recovery group that's online. Maybe you don't stay isolated. Maybe you figure out somebody else around here maybe alone too, and you invite them to come in and you guys have Christmas together. Or maybe you can't do anything like that because of the times that we're in and the location that you are. And so you just decide, pick up a phone and start making some phone calls. And rather than wait for somebody to call you to say, hey, I love you or care about you, you start calling people and tell them, hey, I know God loves you, and so do I. And something tells me about 5 or 6 calls in, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I hope tomorrow you have a very, very Merry Christmas. And thanks for joining me for Going Deeper. Thank you for joining me for Going Deeper. I hope something I've said may have helped just a little bit. If you have a question you'd like me to answer or comment, just email me at stevesocial@newlife.com. I'll see you next time.
If you want to support Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn, be sure to subscribe so you never miss another episode. And if you know someone who would benefit from this episode, be sure to share it with them. See you on the next Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn from New Life Ministries.